I was rinsing out a frying pan. That's all I was doing, rinsing bacon grease off a pan to put it in the dishwasher, when my 14-year-old daughter erupted in a way that stopped me cold. She stood in the doorway, jaw clenched, her voice shaking not with sadness, but fury. "That's my pan." I blinked. My vegan pan. And in that moment, a quiet Sunday morning, one filled with the smell of sizzling bacon and old habits, turned into a war zone. The kitchen, once our family's gathering place, now felt like a courtroom. I'm a dad, old enough to have cooked 1,000 breakfasts in that kitchen. I've got calloused hands and a deep love for this family. I'd never imagined a day when bacon, the comfort food of my Midwest childhood, could tear open such a deep, invisible divide between me and my daughter. But maybe I should start from the beginning. We're a meat-eating family, rural Midwest. Bacon and eggs are our ritual, our rhythm. And up until recently, that rhythm had been steady. Then one day, my daughter, barely into high school, announced she was going vegan. No drama, no fight, just quiet conviction in her voice. And you know what? I was proud. We didn't mock her. We didn't scoff. I got on board. I learned how to cook tofu. I Googled what seitan was. I reworked the grocery budget to fit almond milk and vegan cheeses, and those impossibly expensive Beyond Burgers. I bought cookbooks. We tested recipes, and we made it work. For her, because she's my kid, and I love her more than bacon. But over the past few weeks, something shifted. The requests stopped being about her food and started becoming about ours. It started with the pan. That old skillet, it's older than she is. It's seen decades of sausage, scrambled eggs, and yes, bacon. But when I used it one morning to make breakfast for myself, she was furious. She said I had contaminated it, that it was hers, only for vegan meals. I was shocked, not angry, just confused. But I didn't argue. I listened, and the next day, I bought her 3 new pans. Brand new, brightly colored. So even a half-asleep dad couldn't mistake them for anything else. I even promised I wouldn't touch them. That should have been enough. But it wasn't. Next came the dishwasher. Now, the dishwasher apparently was also contaminated because I had loaded the bacon pan into it. According to her, it meant that no vegan dish was ever truly clean again. Not if it shared a wash cycle with meat grease. Then it was the fridge. She told me the handle smelled like bacon. Not because I smeared it with grease. I wash my hands. I'm not an animal. But because I cooked bacon in the kitchen and then touched it, she said the fridge now made her feel sick. And finally, the request. No, the demand. She asked me and her mom to stop eating meat in the house altogether. Now, let me be clear. This girl, my daughter, she is strong-willed. She believes in something and she stands by it. That's not what bothers me. What bothers me is that she's asking the rest of us to erase our own choices, our own identities, to make room for hers. Her mother, my wife, suggested maybe we should stop. Said we could eat meat at her parents' house or mine. That maybe, just maybe, we should give this to our daughter. For her comfort. But I'm not there. I'm not willing to turn my home, our home, into a space where I'm no longer welcome to be myself. I've respected her choices. I've funded them. I've cooked with her. I've changed routines for her. But now, she wants control of the whole kitchen? No bacon, no meat, not even shared surfaces. At what point does accommodation become submission? I understand discomfort. I really do, especially as a teenager. The world feels loud and messy and unfair. And sometimes, Control over what we eat feels like the only control we have. But what I don't understand is being told that my presence, my bacon, my habits, my history are unwelcome in the very home I built. I don't know if she understands what she's asking. I don't know if she sees the long-term consequence of building walls between herself and the people who've only ever tried to support her. And I don't want to fight with her. I want to teach her. I want to help her learn how to live alongside difference. Because that's what life is. A constant negotiation with people who don't eat like us, vote like us, pray like us. You don't get to cancel your way into peace. You learn to live in it, with it. That's the lesson I want for her. And if I say yes to this, I'm not sure I'm teaching her that. I'm afraid I'm teaching her that her discomfort is more important than our coexistence. So now I'm standing here, wondering, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for refusing to stop cooking bacon in my own kitchen? For drawing a line, not out of spite, but out of self-preservation? For trying to show my daughter that compassion goes both ways? I don't want to be the villain in her story. I want to be the dad who stood by her while still standing by himself. So, what would you do? Would you give up your breakfast to make peace? Or hold your ground to teach a deeper truth? Because I'm still here, spatula in hand, asking the question I never thought bacon would lead me to. Am I the asshole? This one cuts deeper than bacon. At the heart of this story isn't meat versus veganism. It's a question of boundaries, of love, of what it means to support someone without losing yourself. This dad isn't cruel. He's not mocking his daughter's beliefs. He's done more than most parents would. And yet, the more he gives, the more is asked. There's a lesson here, not just for teenagers discovering their identity, but for all of us trying to live in a world full of contradiction and compromise. We all want to be heard, to be understood. But the moment we start demanding others disappear to make space for us, we're no longer asking for empathy. We're asking for erasure. The dishwasher isn't the battleground. The fridge handle isn't the threat. The real struggle here is how we learn to share space with people who don't see the world exactly as we do. That's a lesson worth holding on to. So I'll ask you, listener, what would you have done? Would you give up your bacon? Or give your child the mirror she might need to grow? Let us know in the comments. And if this story made you feel something, hit that like button, subscribe to AITA Story Vault, and share this with someone navigating their own kitchen battlefield, because sometimes the smallest things, like a pan, a fridge, or a piece of bacon, can reveal the biggest truths about who we are and who we're willing to become.